Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Project Diesel. Today, in my manure spreader, we'll change the steering with the guys at Computer Numerical Control. 71. Then I'll drive 600 km back home. We'll check the fuel consumption, and finally, I'll visit Drift Patriot at Groshek's place, where we'll weigh the car on the scale and see if it's possible to drift with an open diff. So stay tuned and let's go. All right, we've just arrived at the Computer Numerical Control, 71 headquarters, where various things for motorsport are made. We'll see what exactly in a moment. We're standing in front of the garage, and the plan for today is to go in and prepare the car for drifting, specifically regarding the steering. And here comes the owner, Stanislav. Hey, we're just meeting for the first time. Hey, I'm Michael. They'll also show you around their place a bit today, so let's get started.
Basically, as Computer Numerical Control 71, we have 3 workshops. This one is more of a maintenance workshop, where we make parts for various manufacturing companies. Here we have the design team. The guys are sitting here working on projects, managing things. Like I said, we make various parts, milled, cut, and some parts are ground. Here is Adam, the marketing team. Moving on, there's a machine, some kind of sandblaster. Here we have a small welding station, mainly for maintenance purposes. My colleague welds all sorts of things, odds and ends, and more. And in this workshop we have 3 machines. These are 2 Haas machines and 2 DMG machines. Here some machining is going on right now. It's a 3-axis machine. And we're working on, I think it's some kind of plastic or aluminum. I'm not sure what it is. POM-C.
You likely bought these machines at the Swampchen market, where Gintersteiner was standing. He happened to have 2 used ones, so it worked out to buy, right?
Yes, at the market near Berlin, Mrs. Hella Schrei-Seiden sold us just such a machine. That's why we have these German things.
So listen. Some parts are made on the same machines as Formula One parts because...
You mentioned more about the machines used in World War II. All right, here we have the Haas VF4. This is also a 3-axis machine, and here we make bigger, longer parts. Let's keep going. Here we have a 5-axis machine. This is a typical production machine. The magazine is external. That means that during machining you can change the tool and there's no problem with it. So the machining goes on continuously. Today, since we have some free capacity on this machine, we're running a drift part, a steering knuckle component for a Nissan 350Z. Yes, here is the hub mount. Well, it's being machined right now. Oh, it's running. I'll turn off the coolant. Here you go, it's running. It's making parts. It's drilling right now. Oh, Lord. All right, let's turn it on for him. Let's turn it on a bit. The drilling is going on. And that's it. Like I said, this is one of our workshops. More for production. The drift stuff happens somewhere else. And in a moment, we'll move on to our prototype workshop, where we prototype drift parts and where we also have a photo studio, where we show you our various project videos on YouTube.
And where today we'll put my freshly bought car, right?
That's right. We'll put it in, and I hope it'll drive out of here.
It'll drive 600 kilometers home on its wheels.
At worst, we'll call a tow truck if anything happens.
All right, let's go.
The second workshop, here we have more of a prototype section, meaning the design area. Here the guys sit in the office and design all the parts for drifting for you. They're not here right now. I'm very sorry. You won't really get to see them. But over there we have some suspension on the desk and a friend is building another car. Here we have some printers. So we usually 3D print things before we make it, to be sure that something fits the car and not that we make something, burn it, put in all the effort, and then it turns out we have to throw it in the trash. Here we have our storage of all the tires for all the cars and other things. And here we have two lifts. On one of them stands the Jedinka with our steering kit. Here we have the second lift.
Here we have a photo and recording studio. Nice.
We have an engine from one of our projects, which you'll also see on YouTube. We're making H4C6 turbines. This is the M54B30. The engine we're assembling. Today it will also be assembled here by my colleague. Here's the Corvette we bought. We're turning it into a car for stunts drifting. Show car, yes, show car. For now, we haven't really done much with it yet, except that we washed it. We imported the car from the United States and we'll work on it. More episodes about it are likely.
I see some kind of go-kart here.
The guys have a toy like this to drive around the center. When it's summer, we try to have some fun there. We need to add steering. Maybe the guys will do it later. And here we have a storage and sales area. Our parts are on the shelves there, and my colleague packs and ships them all over the world.
I am a designer at Computer Numerical Control 71. Our latest project is a Pro Kit for the Toyota Gran Turismo 86 and Subaru BRZ.
So you take a stock car and bring it to your place, right?
We take it, we disassemble it, we take the car apart. And with a scanner, we scan it, yes. It takes a while, but it's worth it because we can analyze all the collisions already at the design stage.
I see it's cool. The control arms are also shaped so that the energy from an impact goes to the place where it's supposed to, and so that during competitions, we replace the control arms instead of straightening half the car, having ripped out subframes, and so on. That's why all of this is important. What we're talking about here...
You can also see, even just looking at the colors, you can spot the areas where red colors appear. These are the most heavily loaded areas.
Here's a steering knuckle specifically from the Toyota Gran Turismo 86. So, greetings from Paweł Groszek.
We want to adjust the angle, massaging the motorizer. Because in the simulation it turned out that the wheel bends a lot, it goes strongly into positive camber at maximum steering angle.
Wheel. Steering.
Steering wheel, yes.
Exactly, a standard problem when it comes to drifting.
The wheel loses traction and the car behaves badly.
Now we'll go and you'll show us one product in person that I just saw. So from the computer, from the virtual world, we're moving into the real world. So here we are at the table where we have the elements you just saw on the computer.
I have tangible proof that this will be made. Here we have bent control arms, cut ones, and at the bottom we have elements that are semi-finished products. These parts still need computer numerical control milling, plus we have sheet metal, so the challenge starts. All sheet metal must be assembled at the welding station to create this. The entire steering knuckle is ready for testing, ready to be put through its paces.
And look at this construction here, man.
Yes, this is our company's first steering knuckle.
So a lot of work, a lot of experience, just so you can drive and enjoy your steering in your BMW. Not only that, you also make Nissans and Toyotas, as you mentioned. And Subaru and Toyota are already the same cars, so you could say there are already two more brands.
Yes, and maybe we'll do something for the States. American cars like Corvettes, Mustangs, and others, Poles.
My friend is like Eminem, he'd destroy him. All right, Stan, so tell me, when did you start this company? And when did you decide to go into drifting? Was it like, I don't know, a passion? Or more of a business idea? Or maybe both?
Well, it was like this. I basically had the company almost from the beginning, since 2012. And entrepreneurship itself is actually my motivation to do things. And what I like to do is actually run a company and to be entrepreneurial, meaning to come up with things where we could do something, where to invest in order to make money, so to speak. So drifting was one of the ideas that my colleagues suggested back then. Drifting is one of the things we do, but actually, like I said before, that's why we have those 3 workshops. In one, we do drifting. In another, we provide services. And here we do prototyping. We mainly focus on services. The main driving force behind what we do. Motorsport is there as well, but it's more of a supplement, so to speak, and hopefully the future. That our products will become more complex, more challenging, better and better made. We will catch up to those bigger companies. we're already there because I think we're in the top 5 companies producing parts specifically for drifting. But our ambition is to be a company that comprehensively has all the cars, has all the suspensions. I hope this will happen within the next year or two.
I'm glad that Poland means more and more in the world of drifting. This applies not just to drivers, but also to parts manufacturers. We have AFMICA and many other companies making drifting components. And right now, we're at Computer Numerical Control, 71, a company that's expanding into the United States. And I'm really happy because this company is also becoming more and more recognizable in that market. And Poland is starting to become a leader in my beloved sport.
Well, I hope that Poland will be that leader and that one day our company will, so to speak, be on top. And that's why right now we already have 3 designers here and a whole drifting team that currently consists of 11 people who basically only handle the operational parts. People who use our parts want to have safe parts, well-made parts. We also provide some kind of guarantee and we use them ourselves too. And we know that the reliability of our products and the quality compared to the price is also appropriate. And
I test it thoroughly. I'm holding you to your word because, as I mentioned, I'll be driving 600 kilometers on public roads full of potholes to get home. And I hope I'll make it back in one piece. But seeing all this equipment here and the technology that Stan just mentioned, I'm starting to believe that nothing will happen to me and I'll get home in one piece. As I mentioned, it'll be great to test the parts in real-life conditions. All right, now let's get to work and start installing computer numerical control. 71 parts on my car.
We're starting to take apart the front suspension in this beautiful car of ours. Well, we have to take out the stock control arms, the stock tie rod ends, as well as the steering rack. And if we have a stock car, we also have to get rid of the stock shock absorbers in favor of coilovers, because we have to relocate the upper mount, but more on that later.
All right, so we've gutted the front. Right now, we have all the parts here that come in the kit when it comes to the front steering. Mikhail will explain everything now, so we'll have a guide if we want to do it ourselves.
Recommended assembly order for our kit. First, screw in the rod on its end, then insert the control arm. An important detail is that the bushings for the uniball come in 2 different lengths. And the longer bushings go on the front part of the subframe. Longer bushings for the front part, shorter bushings. The subframe's middle section. And now we can nicely install the control arm. The next step will be to install the adapter because it's better to put it first on the control arm and tie rod end, and then put the steering knuckle on the adapter since it's hard to reach those nuts. Tighten the nuts nicely on the car, then put the steering knuckle on the adapter and then tighten everything together on the car as well. Another key detail. In the steering knuckle, right here in this spot, there's a stainless steel washer. We insert it. We have a screw. And now we finally screw it in.
So as you can see, it's worth checking out my Instagram, because there you can stay up to date with what's happening and what will be featured on my channel. So I warmly invite you, finish this investigation. All right, my friends, the car is on its wheels. We didn't cut the fenders since we adjusted it with coilovers. Now we'll see when turning if anything will rub too much. And I'm heading out and driving 600 kilometers home. I hope everything will be fine. It has to be fine. All right, the car is fueled up at a station in Wrocław. And to be thorough and count all the costs, we'll see how much fuel the car uses on the route and how much the whole trip cost me one way by train, that's obvious, and on the way back, we'll see how much the car burns. So, let's hit the road. All right, I made it. And now, like I said, I'll show the car's fuel consumption. Fuel consumption. I drove 530 kilometers and used 8 liters of fuel. I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised by this power unit when it comes to a 3-liter diesel, and that's really what... Honestly, I think for me, the golden age of cars ended after 2010, because before that, look, there were 3-liter engines, not just a carton of milk, 2 liters, 3-liter diesel. It uses 8 liters on the highway, and if we want, we can push it, and it drives really well. So, what? The car is already here, and we have much work to do on it. I dropped by Pauka to weigh the car, and before I weighed it, we'll take a ride with the open diff and see if the car will even go sideways. I suspect it probably won't, but we have the perfect spot. There's ice, wet, and dry, exactly. Perfect for an open diff. So let's go. Oh no, we have to get going. Thank you very much. I'll say you're doing better now with the camera. It doesn't turn. Oh, Jesus. Huh. It's like a check. It's wild, but since I don't have a water or oil temperature gauge, I won't push the car too hard. Let's head to the scale. Is it okay to brag like that? All right, I'm at the spot. I'm about to get on the scale, and we'll see how much it is. The car will be weighed in stock condition. The only thing that's changed is the front control arms, but that shouldn't affect the result much. So let's get on. Hey, does this scale show the right weight? 1,560 kilo since after all my modifications, removing the rear, adding bucket seats, and swapping to lightweight fiberglass parts, I'll weigh the car again.
Hey, Mater. Hey, Mater, damn.
I'll change them to laminate. The parts, and I'm curious what weight I'll be able to achieve, but I'm really happy because Wikipedia says it should weigh 1,700 kilos, but it actually weighs 1,560 kilos, and we have... And we only have about 1.4 of a tank of fuel. So at the next weighing, the value will be the same. So what? Let's get to work. Hey bro, do you subscribe to the channel? Because there's a little bit here. Skinny? And it's supposed to be fatty. Leave a sub. If you made it to this point, big high five, bro, because you're my dedicated viewer. And I warmly invite you to the next episode where I'll show my adventures on the DTS. And it's going to be wild, because we were riding with Strzelecki, Kickster, and many other drivers. With Strzelecki, we had a crash where I had to fix the car. And the guy who fixed it turned out to have won a car in a lottery from Budsy. So it's going to be super interesting. And what do you think? Take care, high five, and have a great new day.